good afternoon, and welcome to Tribune News on Q, your go-to afternoon news source only here at Daily Tribune. We are now live at Daily Tribune Facebook page, Daily Tribune PH on YouTube, and at Daily Tribune Official on TikTok. For today's headlines. Senate President Vicente Tito Soto III has signed and issued subpoenas to compel former Congressman Zaldico and former Department of the Public Works and Highways or DPWH Secretary Manuel Bonoan to attend the Blue Ribbon Committee. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. on Friday confirmed that the work of the Independent Commission for Infrastructure, tasked to investigate flood control corruption, is coming towards the end. Batangas 1st District Representative Leandro Leviste filed Friday a civil complaint for libel against Communications Undersecretary Claire Castro over her remarks on a solar energy company founded by the lawmaker. The lead counsel of businessman Charlie Atong Ang announced Friday that he will temporarily make himself unavailable for media interviews to avoid jeopardizing his client's legal remedies, which his lawyers will be pursuing on his behalf. Tropical Storm Ada has disrupted sea travel in several ports across the country, with thousands of passengers and cargo stranded, according to the Philippine Coast Guard on Friday morning. Major oil price increases are expected next week, the Department of Energy said Friday, due to geopolitical tensions in Iran. Paolo Benjamin Guico of Ben & Ben has tied the knot with his longtime girlfriend Rachel Guico. The Philippine Basketball Association Press Corps announced the introduction of the Ramon Fernandez Trophy that will be handed out to the winner of the final's Most Valuable Player. Today is the 16th of January, Friday, and I'm Chynna Basillaje, bringing you today's top stories. Let's get started. Senate President Vicente Tito Soto III has signed and issued subpoenas to compel former Congressman Zaldico and former Department of Public Works and Highways Secretary Manuel Bonoan to attend the Blue Ribbon Committee hearing on anomalous flood control projects on Monday, January 19. Soto also confirmed signing and issuing the subpoenas for former Department of Education Undersecretary Trive Olivier, Commission on Audit Commissioner Mario Lipana, and businessman Maynard Ngu. Senate President Pro Tempore Panfilo Ping Lacson, chairman of the Blue Ribbon Committee, has said that if those subpoenaed still fail to show up, they will be cited in contempt and arrest warrants may be issued against them. And President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. on Friday confirmed that the work of Independent Commission for Infrastructure or ICI, tasked to investigate flood control corruption, is coming towards the end. But Marcos said the ICI's existence still depends on how much work they still have left. Asked if he intends to appoint new commissioners, Marcos said, "We haven't really decided on that yet. Again, it all depends on the work that ICI still has in front of them. Pag kailangan pa, then we will." And Batangas 1st District Representative Leandro Leviste filed Friday a civil complaint for libel against Communications Undersecretary Claire Castro over her remarks on a solar energy company founded by the lawmaker. Leviste filed the case before the Balayan, Batangas Regional Trial Court. The lawmaker tagged as libelous Castro's supposed claims that he sold a company holding a government franchise. Leviste asserted that the company he sold had no franchise. Leviste's lawyer Fernando Topacio alleged that Castro's claims were part of a targeted attack against his client, who had been vocal in criticizing the government's infrastructure budget. And the lead counsel of businessman Charlie Atong Ang announced Friday that he will temporarily make himself unavailable for media interviews to avoid jeopardizing his client's legal remedies, which his lawyers will be pursuing on his behalf. However, attorney Gabriel Villarreal said his office will regularly issue press statements when necessary to provide updates on important developments in the case. So as not to jeopardize all legal remedies that we, Mr. Ang's lawyer, would exhaust in the coming days for his benefit, I would rather limit my pronouncement to those contained in the media releases that we will be issuing regularly from here on, Villarreal told the Daily Tribune. And Tropical Storm Ada has disrupted sea travel in several ports across the country with thousands of passengers and cargo stranded, according to the Philippine Coast Guard on Friday morning. The Coast Guard reported that a total of 3,961 passengers and drivers from 14 ports nationwide were prevented from traveling by sea due to unsafe conditions. Also stranded were 1,344 rolling cargoes and 15 vessels, while other 10 vessels were forced to seek shelter, the PCG said. And for our business news, major oil price increases are expected next week, the Department of Energy said Friday. Based on the 4-day trade monitoring in the Mine of Platte, Singapore, DOE Oil Industry Management Bureau Assistant Director Rodela Romero said the following increases may be expected. Gasoline may increase by 0.60 centavos per liter, diesel with 1.35 pesos per liter, kerosene with 1 peso per liter. Romero said the cost of operating companies and other premiums are not yet included in the numbers, which may cost around 40 centavos to 50 centavos. She said oil prices increases on Monday to Wednesday this week due to geopolitical tension in Iran, where thousands of individuals stormed the streets protesting against its clerical system. And the Philippine stock ended slightly lower, with the PSEI down 0.21% to 6,473.94 and the All Shares Index falling 0.40% to 3,645.94 amid cautious trading. Gains were seen in financials and holding firms, while most sectors declined. Mining and oil led losses, followed by services as industrials and property also closed in the red. And for our entertainment news, Paolo Benjamin Guico of Ben and Ben has tied the knot with his longtime girlfriend Rachel on Thursday, January 15. Mayad Studios shared snapshots from the couple's wedding on social media. Starting with the classic beginning and ending where it all makes sense, Paolo Benjamin Guico and Rachel Guico's love comes full circle, hashtag Maya Jamie, hashtag Pauchella 2026, the studio posted on Instagram. And now for our sports news, the Philippine Basketball Association Press Corps announced the introduction of the Ramon Fernandez Trophy that will be handed out to the winner of the final's Most Valuable Player. Starting with the PBA's 50th season Philippine Cup Finals, the PBA Press Corps will present a trophy named in honor of Fernandez for his remarkable contributions that included a record of 19 championships, the most by any player. And for this afternoon's trivia, on January 16, 1981, the Lung Center of the Philippines, which provides healthcare specifically for lung and pulmonary diseases, was established in Quezon City by President Ferdinand E. Marcos under Presidential Decree No. 1823. Its first president and director-designate was former Minister of Health and prominent thoracic surgeon Dr. Enrique M. Garcia, who died in June 1981 before the opening of the center. And for our viral story, a TikTok user filmed an awkward moment inside a school campus where in the middle of the Angelus prayer, a group of people on a pendulum ride kept swinging and tried not to make any noise so as not to disturb the sacred moment. And that's all for now. Join us again at 4:30 p.m. still here on Daily Tribune's Facebook page, Daily Tribune PH on YouTube, and at Daily Tribune Official on TikTok. Once again, I'm Chynna Basillaje, and this has been Tribune News on Q.